in this online class, we are going to discuss about functions. Actually, we have in the last class itself, we have discussed some of the basic concepts and functions. So in this online class also, we are going to see the same topic function, but the thing is, we are going to see the continuation after these concepts and functions. Okay, we are going to see the remaining topics that we have left over in functions. Okay, so let me share the PPT. Hope you can able to see the screen, right? Guys, can you able to see the screen? Students? Students, can you able to see the screen or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in this, I'm going to give some introduction of function, which we have already discussed in the class. Fine, your function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Okay, already I told you. So how we can use a function? In two ways we can use this function. One is function definition. Okay, function definition, and another way is function calling. Okay, so first one, in two ways we can use this function. First one is function definition, and another one is function calling. So this function, okay, normally inside a function, okay, if you consider if it is a function, say the function name is function one. Inside this function one, will be having a set of codes. Okay, so this code will be executed only when we call the function. So only when the function one is called, at the time only this code will be executed. Okay, till then it won't execute the code that is written inside this function. Right? So if function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Right? And also we can pass data known as parameters into a function. Suppose, meaning for the second line, suppose how we call a function. Already I told you there are two ways we can use this function. One is function definition and another function calling. So this we call it as function definition. Then what is function calling? So calling the function. So how we call a function? With the function, with function only we call the function. Okay, so suppose if you are calling a function, okay, so this is the syntax to call a function if the function name is function one, right? So when a function is called, automatically the pointer moves towards the function definition where the code is written for a function, right? So this code will be executed whenever a function is called. Okay, so when a function is called, the compiler will move from the function calling to function definition, and it will execute a set of code that is written inside this function, right? So what is this parameter passing from function calling to function definition? Suppose if you are passing a value from here to function definition, suppose say for example, I am passing a value 2 from a function calling to function definition, means these parameters should be given inside this parenthesis. Right? So when you give any kind of parameter, the parameter can be integer data type, or a parameter can be a float data type, or even the data type can be a string. Right? So here I have given an integer data type. So, integer value. Fine. So now I'm calling a function with the parameter value. The parameter value is an integer, and I'm passing this integer value from function calling to function definition. See here, this 2 will be passed. Okay, will be moved from here, that is function calling to function definition. So wherever we need this 2, we can use it. Okay, so initially I'm calling function 1 with the parameter 2. Suppose at the end of a program, I'm calling again the same function with different values. Say for example, it is 2. Okay, so in this case, 2 values passed from function calling to function definition. But in the second case, the value, the parameter value 4 is passed from here, that is function calling to function definition. Fine. So this is how we can pass values from function calling to function definition. So you can pass data known as parameters into a function. So at the same time, a function can return data as a result. Okay? So there is other one possibility, that is we can also return values from the function definition to function calling. So what I told you, we can pass values from function calling to function definition. Okay. Otherwise, we can also say that there is a possibility of passing the values from here, that is function definition, to function calling. We can also pass values. This we call it as, okay, the value that is passed from function definition, it is function definition to function calling, that we call it as return value. That we call it as return value. Okay. So a function can also return data or information as a result form. That is meaning as the function definition, from function definition also the value can be passed to the function calling. Okay, so what is actually function? Function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Okay, and second point is we can able to transfer or pass data from function calling to function definition. Okay, at the same time, we can also return data from function definition to function calling. Fine. So already we have discussed this in the class of to create a function and after that how to call a function. So there are two ways that we can use this function. First one is creating a function and another one is calling a function. So what is creating a function? Nothing but the function definition. Okay, so function definition only we call it as creating a function. Fine. So what is the syntax or representation to create a function? See, the keyword def is used to create a function. So that is def followed by the function name, open and close parenthesis, and after that we need to give a proper colon. So inside this def, okay, inside this function only we need to write the statements, okay, write the code. Fine. So this is the way of defining a function in Python. Fine. So what's the keyword which is used to define a function? That is def. Inside the def followed by the function name, we need to give the set of codes that need to be executed whenever the function is called. Fine. And we are going to, so in the slide, we are going to see calling a function. We are going to see the syntax for calling a function. So what's the syntax for calling a function? In real time example, if you could say an example for calling this function is, say if you are calling a person, we only used to call that person with their name. Okay, if their name is Prince, we used to call Prince. Right? If their name is Glory, we used to call them as Glory. So similarly, if you want to call a function, okay, the function name should be used. Okay, so what's the way of calling a function? That is, what's the way of calling a function? Okay, so by the function only, we used to call a function. So here we have defined a function. We call it as function. Okay, so function definition. And this one we call it as function calling. So what's the function name actually? My underscore function. Right? So this is function. Okay, this we call it as function calling. Fine. So once a function is called, the function definition will be executed. So the function will be executed whenever it is called. Fine. So argument is nothing but passing values from function call into function definition. We can able to pass information or data from function call into function definition. So here in this example, actually the function is called 3 times. Okay, so what's the function that is defined? What is the function that is created? Okay, the function that is created is my underscore function. Here we are calling that my underscore function 3 times with passing different parameters. So initially we are passing a value joy, right? So after that we are passing a value, yeah, let's me. So initially at the first time we are passing a string value from here, that is function calling to function definition. After that we are passing for the second time from the function for calling to function definition, we are calling another parameter. The string name is Lakshmi. Right? So at the third time, we are passing a function name. Sorry, we are passing a string value from the function calling to function definition. The name is body. Right? For 3 times, we are calling a function, but with different parameters. Okay. So what is the output for this example program? So here we are passing. So at the first time we are passing this name, okay, which will be passed from here and it will be assigned in here, right? So for the first time we will be getting the output as, okay, the name followed by the name followed by welcome, okay. And at the second time, for the second time, the function is called again. So here at the second time, we'll be getting the output as the name. What's the name that's passed from function calling to function definition? That is Lakshmi. Right? So what's the third time? At the third time, we are passing value Nami from here to that. Okay, fine. So at the third time, we'll be getting the output as Nami. Okay, so this is how we can pass values from. We can pass values from function call into function definition. Is there anyone sending a message? Okay, so fine. So this is how we pass values from function call into function definition. So now we are going to see, yeah, so this is also another example for passing values from function call into function definition. Now we are going to see the new concept, okay, default argument. So, okay, so default argument. So in this slide, we are going to discuss about default argument. So what is default argument? So see here in this example, we have a function my underscore function, and in the creation of function itself, a parameter is defined with default value. So what is the parameter that is defined? Country is the parameter which is defined, which is assigned with the default value Norway. Okay. So after that, we are just printing that I'm from the country that we, okay, that it is, okay, the country value is the value that is assigned here. Okay. So for default value, in the function creation itself, we have given the default value country equal to Norway. See, now we have finished the function definition. Now we are going to call the function. So what's the, how we can call a function? What's the way to call a function? The function name. So what's the function name? My underscore function. So here we have called the function 4 times. So at the first time we are calling a function my underscore function. So when we call a function, we are passing a value written from here, from function call into function definition. See here, already in the function itself, we have a default value in Norway. But here, when we are calling the function with another parameters, the name is Sweden. Okay, so see here, we are calling a function with a value Sweden. So this Sweden value will be overridden by, overridden in the parameter, in the default parameter Norway. So instead of Norway, if we are passing any value from function calling to function definition, then the default value will be overridden by the passed argument from function calling to function definition. So when a function is called first time, we are getting a parameter value Sweden from here. Okay, from here to the function definition. So this Norway is overridden with Sweden. So at the first time, we'll be getting the output as Sweden. Right? So at the first time, we'll be getting the output as Sweden. Okay. At the second time, again, we are calling a function with different parameter value. So what's the parameter value? We are posing that value India from function calling to function definition. See here. Here also this value India is overridden. Sorry, this India value, okay, when it passed from the function calling to function definition, this Norway is again overridden by the past argument. So India, okay, meaning the default argument is overridden by the past argument. So what is the past argument? Sweden, India, Brazil, these are the past argument. Then what is the default argument? So in the function definition itself, we have assigned the variable with the default okay, with a constant value, which we call it as default argument. So see at this, so second time also we'll be getting I am from India, right? So at the third time, see here we are not passing any value. Okay, we are just simply calling the function with the function in my underscore function of. So this time, see here, this time we are not passing any value. So the default value of country will be taken into consideration. So what's the default value? That is Norway is the default value that will be taken into, and that will be assigned to the variable country. So at the third time, we'll be getting the output as I am from Norway. So when will the compiler takes the argument of default value? See, when there is no argument passing from function calling to definition, then the compiler will take the default value which is assigned in the function definition. Okay. Otherwise, it will take the passed argument from here, from the function calling to function definition. Okay. Right. Okay. So again, you are calling a function with a default. Again, we are calling a function, okay, with a value bracer. So this value will be passed from here the function definition. So for the fourth time, we are again calling the function, and when we call a function, we are passing a value bracer. Right? So this time, this default value will be replaced by the passing argument bracer. So at the third time, we'll be getting the output as bracer. Right? So this is the use of default argument in the function definition. So initially, we are calling a function with a function name my underscore function of, and we are passing a value Sweden, after that India, and when we call the function third time, okay, we are actually not passing any value. So this time the default argument will be taken into consideration. But if we are passing a value from function calling to function definition, okay, this default argument will be replaced by the past argument. So this is how we can use default argument in functions. Right? So in this slide, we are going to see how we can pass a list as an argument from function calling to function definition. So here we have a function. The function name is def my underscore function, and inside that we have a list variable. Okay, after that, after getting a list variable from function calling, we are going to print with respect to for loop. Okay, so how we can print the list of values in Python programming? Either it can be printed with a single code of print statement, or else we can print all the values of the list with the help of looping statement. Okay, so here I am going to print the list of values. Okay, I am going to print the list of values by using for loop statement. Right? So here we have a function. The function name is def my underscore function, and inside that we have an argument foot. Okay, so this foot is nothing but it is not a normal argument. It is actually list argument. So what is list? Okay, instead of assigning a single value, list argument, that is list data type, will have multiple values. Okay, okay, we will be having multiple values in a list. So how we can display the multiple values in Python? Either using the looping statement or single line code. Okay, we need to write that is, instead of writing the looping statement, if we are going to print without any looping statement, then it should be printed with single line statement. Fine. So here we have a function. The function name is def my underscore function, and if inside that we have an argument. So the argument we are going to display. Okay, then argument that we are going to get from function calling will be displayed with respect of the looping statement form. Fine. Then inside the function we have a for loop to display all the values. So this is the function definition that we have used here. After that, I have defined a list variable. Okay, so the list variable name is fruits and having a list of values apple, banana, and cherry. Fine. We have a list of values: apple, banana, and cherry. Now, after that, we are going to pass this list values to the function my underscore function. See how we can pass the list values from function calling to function definition. We have fruits, apple, banana, and cherry. And after that, we are calling a function. Say the function name is my underscore function. Okay. Now we have a list values: apple, banana, and cherry, and we are just passing this fruit value from here to here. Right. So def my underscore function of food. So when we are passing the list values from function calling to function definition. See here, we have the fruit value. So this value. So what's the value that is assigned in the fruits variable? Apple, banana, and cherry, or the value that is assigned to the fruit variable. Now we are passing this list variable from function calling to function definition. So once we call a function and passing the parameter of list values, okay, these values will be passed from here to function definition. Now this fruit will have all the values of this fruit. Okay, so fruit in the food variable will be having apple, banana, and cherry. So by using the for loop, so what's the value that will be in the food variable? That is apple. Okay, apple. After that, banana, and then cherry. Okay, after that, cherry. So we have apple, banana, and cherry. So for each iteration, X will have a single value from food. So at the first iteration, X will have apple. At the second iteration, X will have banana. At the last iteration, X will have cherry. So each time, each iteration, the X value will be printed in the output. So this how we can pass argument of list from function calling to function. Suppose if you want to return a value, so in this slide we are going to see the returning values from function definition to function calling. So in previous slides we have been discussing about how we can pass value from function calling to function definition. So in this slide we are going to see how we can pass values from function definition to function calling. So in order to pass value from function definition to function calling, the keyword that's being used is return. So return keyword is used to return values. Is used for returning values from function definition to function calling. Fine. Now we have a function. Say the function name is my underscore function. So actually, I have used the same function in all the slides. So any name can be given for the function. So instead of my underscore function, you can also use some other function. Fine. So any name can be given for a function. So in this case, I have given def underscore minus, and we are getting a value from function calling. So the value that's been assigned to get the value from the function calling is x. After that, we are returning. Okay. So the x value, see here we have actually this is function definition, and here we are just calling the function with some argument values. So for the first time, we are calling the function with the value 3. So this 3 value will be passed from here to function definition. So at the first time, x will have 3. So here, see here, 5 into 3. So what's the value of 5 into x is actually the value, the first value that's been passed from here to function definition. So what's the first value? That is 3. So what's the 5 into 3? 15. So, okay, before this 15, after performing this operation, we have a keyword before that. So what's the keyword? That is return. So after performing this operation, this value will be returned from here to the place of function call. Okay, so what's the value will be returned from here to the function call? 15. Okay, so at the output, we'll be getting the so in the output screen, we'll be getting 15 as the output. Okay? So for the second time, we are passing 5. So this value will be passed from here to here. So now at the second time, x will have the value 5. Okay, after that, we are doing 5 into x. So for the second iteration, 5 into 5, because why it is 5? Okay, for the second time, we are passing 5, the integer value from 5 from the function definition to function. We are passing 5 from here to there. Right? So we have the second iteration, we have the value 5. So we need to do the operation, that is 5 into 5. So we'll be getting the value 25. Okay, this 25 will be returned from this value 25 will be returned from here, from function definition to function, the place of function calling. So we'll be getting 25 in the output stream. Okay. After that, at the third time, we are again calling the function. The value n9 will be passed from here to there. So n9, and then 5 into 9. So what's the value of 5 into 9? That is 45. So once the operation, once we done with the multiplication, the value after the multiplication being returned from here function calling to a function definition. So at the third time, we'll be getting 9 into 5, so 45. Okay. So at the third time, it will be the value of 45 will be returned from the function definition to function call. So this is the use of return keyword in the function definition. Okay, so what's the use of return keyword? Return keyword is used to return values, some other values. Okay, some other values. If you want to return values from the function calling, sorry, function definition to function calling, we need to use this return keyword. So this is all about the function. So now we are going to have a quiz. So hope you can you understand the concept of functions, how we can create a function, call a function, how we can pass arguments from function calling to definition. After that, how we can pass list as an argument from function calling to function definition, and what's default argument. And after that, we have discussed how we can return values from function definition to function call. So these are some of the main concepts, okay, important concepts that we need to know in functions. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Actually, already we have discussed in the class. So we have you might have known some concept in functions. The thing is, we have also discussed some of the topics that we have left over in the class. Right? Okay. So guys, do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I can go for quiz program. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.